Khosi and Yemi are compatible. They might become the next Bella and Sheggz out of the Big Brother Titans. Who says this? This is Jaypee, who was evicted and she's out of the Big Brother house, and she happened to have held one of the interviews on a radio station now in Nigeria, and she hinted about how Khosi and Yemi are compatible, and she predicted that outside the house they might keep their ship sailing until kingdom come. Welcome to Afro Television. How are you guys, and where you're watching us from? Rock and David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button and hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time we do upload a video onto our channel. And obviously, let's get into this. Now, the most famous couple in the recently concluded Big Brother Naija Season 7 Level Up was Sheggz and Biggie Bella. That's it. And right now they are in London. Everything is moving on well. Bella is really having the best time of her love life down in London. Valentine, they spent it together, and Sheggz is acting like a real man down in the house and is fulfilling what the promises he really made to Big Bella. Now, in this Big Brother Titans edition, first edition, that is seeing Nigeria versus South Africa, the most famous couple is Khosi and Yemi. Khosi from South Africa and Yemi from Nigeria. Now, Jaypee, one of those housemates that was into the house and got evicted, has told us how compatible these are, and they might make it outside the house. That they match one another, they love themselves to the bone marrow, and they might be the next Sheggz and Bella, as after the house, they are the only standing ship that is still sailing amongst all those that we are into the Big Brother Naija house. Now, allow me to leave you with Jaypee explaining to you how Khosi and Yemi are compatible and predicting their future. She has also talked about Marvin and very many others into that Big Brother Titans house down in South Africa. Jaypee, over to the viewers of Afro Television.
For us, we want to be honest about, I mean, you've done a lot of interviews, right? Mm-hmm. But we are the honest bunch.
Okay.
Let me put it that way, right?
Okay.
So, if you want to be, I'm sure there's a lot of things in mind you love to spill that you've been holding back, right? And I know sometimes everybody tells you, play it safe, and all stuff like that. But if there's one thing you want to talk about that you've not really got enough your chest, what would that be? You might not want to elaborate on it.
Right, just give us
what would you like to get off your chest right now? You feel like getting off your chest?
I think it's just the fact that I was misunderstood, and this whole parent thing has just been here and there and crazy, and coming out and having to deal with both welcoming messages and yet crazy messages. It's just all overwhelming. Like, there's too much to take in all at once. It's just very overwhelming. In the house, I didn't realize how much gravity, how much weight the parent thing held, but I'm out now and it's like, oh my God, how did this even happen? So yeah, it's pretty much the parent thing, how it just...
when you talk about the parent thing, do you think that, that's one of the reasons you're not there right now? Do you think that you contributed to...
Now that I'm out of the house, I have to say yes. When I was in the house, I couldn't say I didn't like the parent thing. I was indifferent to it because the realistic part of me understood why the pairing had to happen. It made sense to me, so I wasn't even shocked when Big Brother announced the pairing. And I didn't, and the crazy thing is that Luke would always say he has a huge fan base, we've got this, we're fine, we're gonna be fire. So I'm like, okay, if my partner says he has a huge fan base, then I now got people behind me, so this is good. And then when I come out,
you noticed it was not.
Okay, so now the thing is, the society is, you thought you had a huge fan base, your partner had a huge fan base, but you came out and you realized he didn't.
Well,
no, you got. You thought you had. Okay, so let me put it this way, because there's been a lot of conversations about who's pulling the weights, right? So can you confidently say that Jaypee was pulling the weight
or that
with the pairing with Luke?
Oh no, J-Hive was certainly pulling the weight. J-Hive was certainly pulling the weight. I feel like, from what I've seen so far, I feel like if his thing was pulling the same weight, if his fan base, if everything, Luke was pulling the same weight as I feel like we would still be in the house right now. So I feel like it wasn't balanced. I feel like it could never be balanced. I mean, the fingers aren't equal. So I feel like the higher side was on the Jaypee side. And that's okay. I've found a way to just accept it so far.
So if you're going to pick another partner, right? If you're gonna pick a stronger partner, let me put it that way, because clearly from what you're saying, Luke wasn't a strong guy in the house. But anyways, let's leave that to another day, right? If you're gonna pick another partner now, if you go back in the game and pick somebody else, who would you have picked?
So is this judging by what I know now or judging by what I knew in the house?
Okay, so now two ways, judging by
What I knew in the house
first,
and what I know now.
What you know now.
So when I was in the house, I considered getting Justin as a partner a lot of times because besides the fact that he was quiet, I feel like the Justin we saw in the house is not the Justin a lot of the viewers are seeing. Justin was really cool in the house and he had the looks and he had the work ethic. So I'm like, if I want anybody to be my partner of all the South African guys, I would pick Justin in the house. A big brother asked me one time and I said that. But knowing what I know now, I think somebody with a huge fan base is Tabang. So if I had to go back into the house, knowing what I know now, I would stick to Tabang, like bread and butter. Because we were actually really great friends in the house. And there was this one time where he said he wished he was partners with me. We were actually really great friends. So, you know, going back into the house. I mean, in the house, it was either Tabang or Justin anyway. It was just Justin because I was closer to Justin. But knowing what I know now, it will be Tabang.
I mean, I find it interesting that you mentioned Justin because I feel like, aside the fact that you guys have the friendship, I feel like you have the likeness for Justin, and so it definitely would have made sense as to why you would choose him to be your partner for other things, obviously. However, it seemed like you had a bit of a triangle situation going on. With
I did?
Yeah, with the Boo Boo and Marvin.
Oh, God. I've seen and heard this name so many times. They weren't even that involved in my life.
You know, again, though, the reality of situations sometimes are portrayed differently. I'm pretty sure you can, just like some of the stuff you said. So was that what we were seeing? Was that the case?
I feel like for viewers, they see, but they don't hear. I think that's what it is for viewers. Viewers just see the camera being panned to a person, and that's what sticks in their head. But viewers hear a snippet of a conversation and hold that part of the conversation. So for a boo-boo, Boo was my friend. We just bonded. I liked him. I liked his hustle spirit. I kind of knew about him before the house. So we just flowed, you know. And I didn't know that Boo liked me. I keep saying this. I didn't know. Not once did he verbalize this to me. And everybody keeps saying, there's no way you couldn't have been able to tell you. But I don't assume things, you know. I mean, it could be close, but it wasn't anything so serious. And the Marvin thing, Marvin was actually my friend. I don't know how you guys saw it outside the house, but he was actually my friend. There wasn't intimacy. We were just... There wasn't. We were just harmless cuddle buddies because
wait a minute. Sorry, you can't blame us because every other time, if we know anything by BB history, where the word cuddling comes in.
No,
we're not saying that's the case. We're just saying that we're wary of that word. So when you say we're harmless cuddle buddies,
I need you guys to know that in Big Brother's house, the electricity was 100. They paid their electricity bills, so the air conditioning was working at 100.
Cuddling is a must in the house.
You know, and everybody knows that Jaypee doesn't do well with the cold. Everybody.
Marvin looks like he can really be a good cuddler.
You know, the body heat and all of that.
From the time I saw him on the popular show called The Circle,
yes,
you could tell he's that kind of.
You know,
very,
and I'm the least able to deal with cold in the house, so it just made sense. Least able to deal with cold, most muscular man in the house. It just made sense.
Yes. I get you.
I mean, it's daytime radio, but I'll be still straight up anyways. Would you have had sex in the house?
No, I wouldn't have had sex in the house.
So tell me why.
Because I wasn't going to. It was something that
you made up your mind you were never going to do that.
Yes.
But are you sure that if you stayed longer? I'm asking this because I feel like a lot of people go in with that mindset, and you know, as things, everybody says the house is a pressure cooker.
It is.
Never prepped. Were you surprised? First question: were you surprised by, you know, who you might have been in the house? And secondly, are you sure you would have been able to keep up to every single thing you said you weren't going to do if you had been there longer?
Second question, would I have been able to keep up to everything? I just might not have, honestly. I don't doubt that I might not have been able to. I feel like different things influence different situations. It could have been a party, it could have been dancing, it could have been drinking, you know. So yes. However, do I think that I was true to everything I said I was going to be in the house? I think that I aced that part perfectly. I feel like I was Jaypee. I gave Jaypee unadulterated, undiluted. So I think that I stuck to that.
Okay.
I think so.
You know, everybody will have fan bases that they still like, even besides yours. Because there is the Cole, is it the Yalisa, there is the
They're the ships and
The peers. Is it the peers or the ships? Because now Big Brother has made it into a two-way situation.
So, which ship do you think is going to sink first?
It's going to sink.
Yeah, ships.
That coming together is just not, it doesn't work. Like
Sink. Okay, sink. Okay.
If I want to go to the best relationship, I would say it's Kananga and
yes. I agree with you on that. Yes.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
Each other, right?
Yes.
So I see them go farther than that. Right?
Yeah.
There's a relationship I'm not too sure about. Right?
Girl, you know what? We just want to put you on the spot, basically. That's what we're
basically. Does it easy me into it very nicely?
Yeah, like I don't know what he's trying to say. We just want to know, who do you think has got it and who do you think is just playing games?
Who has got it? Kanaga and Tati, like you said, they're killing that thing. Who hasn't got it? It's not a ship, it's a person. So I feel like whatever ship that person gets into will sink.
Girl,
and that person for me is Blue Ava.
Oh.
Yes.
That wasn't even what I was expecting.
I know you weren't expecting that.
I was expecting to say somebody else, but
Yeah,
I don't want anybody to put me on the spot. But
yes.
Okay,
I think she's undecisive. I think that she wants to keep her options open. She's trying to play it safe. She doesn't want to stop getting the attention at any point, so she kind of like just keeps everybody there, sort of, so, but I feel like, because with the Yemi thing, Yemi continues to go back to Khosi. Do you get so yeah, I do think they really liked each other, like Khosi and Yemi. I think they really like each other. I think Yemi, as a typical Yoruba man, just also yes, Dotsu, please.
Yes.
Dotsu, please. Please. So I'd be nice if it was a strategy on Yemi's part, but I'm like, I don't think it's a strategy. I think it's real Yoruba man wanting something else.
Yoruba man very hard.
God will bless you. That was what it was.
Jaypee, I don't agree with you, but I get it. The thing is, Yemi.
You know, Yemi is my friend. Yemi is actually a good friend of mine. And so in a way, I'm a bit surprised, like, Yemi, is this you? Why are you doing this?
It's him.
Yemi's not fine women, it's him.
But
him.
Again, you will know your person.
Exactly.
But he's playing game very
He's smart. He keeps his partnership going amazingly. He's on good terms with everyone in the house. He is smart.
Now, I'm a bit surprised, to be honest, because at first, I remember the first set of nominations, your name didn't come up. You were, I think, at that point, I made up my mind that Jaypee was very liked amongst people in the house. And what do you think? Like, as time went by, do you think that changed, or people started to see you as a threat rather than, having any malice towards you?
I think that up until the end, I was still very much liked, because even with those who had issues with me, we could always talk it out. I think that all of a sudden they saw me. Because the first week, I was very subtle, I was very low-key, I wasn't talking much, I was laying in bed, I didn't talk to anybody, I wasn't even dressing up, I just wear shorts and a pair of slippers and a top around the house. And then the second week came, and I just came out of my shell. Like, I was able to finally adapt into the house, so I was wearing dresses, I was trying out, I was actually dressing up.
Fangirl.
Exactly, because when I just woke up and I'm thinking, my friends are probably mad that I'm not making any effort right now, so I'm like, you know what, let's try this out. And all of a sudden they saw me. And then with the games, I know I did well with the games, HOH games, arena games. They started to hear my voice more. They started to maybe see that guys were paying attention to me, which wasn't the case in the first week. And I think they just thought, nah, this girl could be a threat. Let's see how she does if we nominate her. We think she's a strong contender. Like, let's just see how it goes. Pretty much.
Okay, so talking about representation, and the Nigerian representation, right? If you're gonna choose, because I see that you bonded with a lot of people, like you didn't care because those are Nigerian
clique, Posse,
that had Olivia,
Yvonne,
Nana,
Jenny
and,
O,
and Jenny O, and all that. If you're gonna choose what, and this is not about you being patriotic and everything, right? Did you bond more with the South Africans than the Nigerians? And I want you to be pretty honest about it.
Yes, with the South Africans more than the Nigerians. I could not be dishonest about that. I think it was very glaring if the viewers were watching. I really hit it off with the South Africans. So this is how it goes. I grew up with guys. I had like 6 elder brothers. I did not have any feminine influence in my life. So when I started to grow into my teenage years and my adult years, I realized that I didn't really have much of a relationship with females. Goes to say, I do have great female friends, but my female friends are also kind of my guys. So I'm not familiar with the feminine ladies who, you know, the hair thin, bone straight, nails, all of that. So it was,
you're doing good.
Oh, thank you. But with the South African girls, it was like they were as laid back as I was. If you notice, they weren't keen on makeup. It was like I was one of them because we were the ones who were never doing the makeup thingy and all of that. So it just kind of clicked. I really did not dislike the Nigerian girls, but I just felt like, you know, this was a chance to connect with other people. In 3 months, I'll return to my country and, you know, keep going with the Nigerian girls. So it was an opportunity for me to make friends. You know, just take this opportunity. It really, like, I was one of the few people who really did appreciate this mixing up the Nigerian. I loved it so much because prior to this, I had never really left the country or had an opportunity to blend with foreigners. So this was just so nice for me. So it was just perfect.
You went there for an experience at the end of the day.
Yes, my plan was I was going to experience this experience. And then before I went into the house, I was opportunity to meet like a South African lady. And I remember telling her, oh my God, if every South African lady is like you, then I think you guys are completely different from us Nigerian ladies. So I think I would actually bond with you guys. And you know, the South African girls were also sweet to me. Tati would always tell me nice things. Oh my God, Jaypee, you look good. I love that dress. I love that. Nelisa was nice to me. You know,
The energy was great.
It was great. So it was, you know, it's what you give, you take. It was just easy to flow. We could talk about other things outside, you know. So yeah, I did think that I bonded with them.
I mean, what you said made a lot of sense, and you had even answered one of the questions I was going to ask. But then a lot of people, I saw a video where a couple girls were talking, and they were like, you know, why does it seem like the Nigerian guys are going for the South African girls? And they said it's because, you know, they have lesser standards. And, you know, I felt this type of way about that statement. I'm like, what? No, and I feel like you're, Nana and somebody else. And you seemed a bit removed from those kinds of, it seemed like every time the South African girls got together, they would, you know, have positive things to say. However, when the Nigerian girls seemed to get together, it was more like a competition. And did you feel that in the house? Like us on the outside, that's the vibe we were getting. Were you feeling that energy in the house?
Yes, the South African girls always had something positive to say. Those people are just sweet. I don't know how. I don't think it was competition in the opinion of the Nigerian girls. It was just an inability to blend. It was somewhat oil and water. Genuinely, I feel like Nigerian women are completely different from South African women. I don't know about other countries, but from what I could tell in the house, we're wired different. Genuinely, Nigerians are a different set of people. There's a way we're wired. There's a way we're wired. We come on strong, we're intense, you know. So with and then, you know what I said about lesser standards? You know, there's a certain way that the Nigerian, I mean, there were a couple of times we had conversations in the house about what kind of man do you like? Does the man have to buy you things? And there was the way the Nigerian girls answered, oh, if you're not buying me a bag, then, you know, dropping you. So there was sort of that. You could hear it. And in the house, I was just hearing Nigerian girls have those who pay their rent. I'm like, you guys are doing this? Where have I been? They're paying people's rent? Where have I been? They say I've been busy being a nurse. I didn't have time to be meeting men who were paying rent.
So you know what the thing is, you know, you had a great time. I could tell that, right?
Yeah.
You're going to do things differently. What would you have done? What would you have done differently this time? You're allowed to play that game again. What would you have done differently?
First of all, I would say a prayer before I pick my ballot for a partner pair. I would say, God, please. God, please help me pick the man with the strongest fan base outside. But otherwise, I think that I might have I would try to come off less strong, because I feel like I have this really, as compared to many other ladies, this bold energy, my voice, personality, yes, very strong. And if you don't get to know me, you might take it the wrong way. It happened on the first day in the house. People really thought, nah, this girl, she has to be crazy. But then it took them getting to know me, and they were like, okay, she's actually sweet. So I might come off less strong a couple of times. I might just do things a little bit differently. But I would also put myself more out there, because the little that I did in the second 2 weeks of the show made such a huge impact outside the show. And I remember always telling a couple of people who I spoke to in the house that it wasn't always about my housemates, but it was mostly about the viewers, because the viewers are the ones who see things, who make the decisions. Yeah. So it's not about my housemates liking me. They can nominate me all they want, but if the viewers think that they like this person, they see strength, they see entertainment, then even if I get out, I think that I would come home to love and support, and that was what that's exactly what I would do.
Who's going to win? Who do you think is going to win?
I think
Straight up.
Kanaga just might win this.
Kanaga.
Love that. Love that. What's next for you?
Okay.
I want to put a hold on nursing. I want to delve into the entertainment industry. I would love to do acting. That's something I've always wanted to do for a long
You
time.
got the ginger for it.
Well, thank you. And then I talk a lot, so I want to do things that involve talking.
Don't come for our job.
But clearly now you're not gonna be people are not gonna be getting injections from you anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
Okay, so guys, be sure.
You never know. She might become our new aesthetic nurse.
You know, well.
Right? 96.9 Cool FM. Shout out to Jaypee. And you want to catch the interview? You can drop on our YouTube page as well. You never know. It's one they call for John Lamy Day. And then look out for Jaypee. You already heard it. She's acting. She's talking.
She's coming
she might
for
be on the next biggest
everything.
podcast. You never know. We're out of here.
Alright, you've heard it all from Jaypee. Do you think all what she has said holds water, especially Khosi and Yemi? And hasn't she lied us about her relationship with Marvin, because she was not really being clear enough? To me, I believe she was so much onto the face, and she never really gave us a conclusive answer to the questions being asked about her and Marvin, because that week that she was evicted, her and Marvin were really close to one another, and oh my god, it looked like something was going to happen, because Jaypee was like looking for it and Marvin was like, I'm reserving it for my girlfriend outside the left. So thank you for watching in through. Smash the like button, comment and share. Rock and David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Good night. But we're left with one more story coming in the next 3 hours. Afro Television is the YouTube channel. Rock and David is my name.